our final discussion for this sem. Class, can we have an agreement to submit all your requirements before midterm exam?
Excuse me, ma'am. Can we have the deadline after the exam, ma'am? Please.
Yes, ma'am, if it is okay with you.
Yes, Mom, we still need to study for our midterm exam.
Oh, okay. I will move the deadline, but make sure to focus and study all of your upcoming exams, okay?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
One eternity later.
Regarding on your requirements, please submit all your critical paper, concept maps, research studies, learning 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Now, we all know that we are currently facing different kinds of difficult situations. I just wanna ask, do you all consider checking up your emotional status, your mental health status? And with all these kinds of stressors that we are constantly facing, what are your coping mechanisms, your coping techniques? So with this, together with my teammates, we are here to explain and give some of the examples on how we students cope up with these kinds of stressors that we are constantly facing. So this model is all about the transactional model by Lazarus and Folkman. Specifically, the transactional model suggests that we go through 2 stages of appraisal before feeling and responding to the stress. In our primary appraisal, we elevate the situation to decide if it is relevant to ourselves. In particular, we elevate whether it will bring about the possibility of gain or harm. If it doesn't, we don't worry about it. If it is relevant, we decide if it is positive or dangerous. If we feel it is dangerous, we then make move into our second appraisal. So in this appraisal, we decide if we have the ability to cope the situation. One way of improving our relationship with stress is to understand some of the processes which uncertain it and how they influence the ways we try and cope. One way of understanding this is through the transactional model of stress and coping. The transactional model of stress and coping argues that our experience in stress is ultimately a system of appraisal, response, and adaptation.
Problem-focused approaches involve attempting to deal with the situation itself, trying to change it into something more palatable. Such active coping can be difficult, but if successful, and results in a real change in circumstance. Emotion-focused approach involves changing our relationship with the situation in a way which reduces the stress it causes. This can involve denial, avoidance, or cognitively reframing the meaning of the event.
Our responses to stress and coping are not static. Indeed, as we try and cope, be it adaptively or non-adaptively, we make reappraisals, once again going through primary or secondary appraisal process. In this way, the system is transactional. Our appraisals drives our response, and our response change something, maybe the situation or ourselves. The change itself affects our appraisals. The result of the appraisals are maybe to stop us from being stressed or to change our coping styles. Coping strategies can be classified as adaptive if they help us manage our stress responses in the longer term. For instance, changing the problem or focusing in the good in a situation. In contrast, maladaptive coping behaviors reduce our stress of experience but don't actually help and exacerbate the problem in a long period of time. Excessive drinking of alcohol is a good example of maladaptive coping.
We'll portray about Lazarus' transactional model, which will involve the challenges and difficulties of a student nurse during term exams and submissions of requirements such as critic papers, concept maps, or even case studies. Entering nursing school, the frequently asked question by the professors and the clinical instructors is, why do you want to be a nurse? Well, the most common answers of the students is because they want to provide care to the patients, to the community, and also to help them alleviate their pain and their illnesses. So as a student nurse who are dealing with stress, it is ideal to take measures in coping up with the stressors and to take care of their mental well-being, because a responsibility of a nurse is to care for their patients. And if you can't care for yourself, how can you take care of others?